So to begin our journey, I'm going to pretend that you've never been to where we're going. So starting at the gate front, I'm going to take it all the way over here to the Fort Height Grace. Don't forget to pick up those 2 maps you see there as well, and plus as any other graces you see along the way. So that way you'll have the overhead map at least there. Now we're going to head up here, just like this, so we can get in there. I like to start at this Fort Height Grace and grab it, because there's a few things in there that I'll be using all the way until the end of the game. Now I heard it's pronounced Siofra, I think? I usually just say Siofra, whatever you call it. So will be fine with me. Now we're going to grab the first one. Now after each one I grab, I'm going to reset at a grace, so that way I don't get too confused and lost and confused and turned around when I'm doing this. Now you can come here right after you start the beginning of the game, after you get your horse. Recommended after you get your horse, of course. Because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to do cuts like that and speed it up every once in a while when I can, or when I think it makes sense. Now the first thing we're going to do here from this grace, we'll call this grace number 1 for a reference point, is we're going to go get the map for this place. Okay. Now I can start using map points before each one of these. Hopefully they help out. They might not be 100% accurate, but they'll get you into the area where you need to go. We'll find what we're looking for. Like for this one example, usually I would just grab it after I get the map, but I wanted to reset it so it doesn't get too confusing where we need to go. Now be warned, most things in this area can kill you pretty fast, especially early game. Even late game, like the thing we're about to encounter coming up right now. Those ball things right there, they shoot electricity out. So you don't want them to hit you at all. Drop you pretty fast. Oh, you might be feeling deja vu every once in a while. Going to a new location. And I can never avoid getting shot with arrows, ever. Again with the arrow. Now if you haven't used one of these, you just get in there and hit the jump button. You can also turn around and jump back down and land on it, and then you won't take any damage. So now if you explore around here after you grab this and jump across, I think there's a stone sword key you can find while you're up here. Now we're going to travel over to the second Grace, or Grace 2 we'll call it. And again, we're going to the same way. At least this helps me because I get confused easy and turned around. So I'll just do this. Because you know in a year or two I won't remember any of these things. So I'll have to watch this again. Now this one's a real short distance here. But you better grab it fast. Some of these guys mean real business. Now usually that big octopus thing hits me pretty hard when I go to get that one, so be careful of that guy. Now we're going to go up to Grace number 3. Now you've probably noticed that I haven't been collecting any other shinies at the moment because I'm just doing this for the video. But like if you go to the top of the stairs here, I think there's a talisman there, a clarifying horn talisman, I believe. I'll show a few others at the end of the video too, but for the most part I'm just running around getting these guys, to show you where they're at. Now after we grab this one, we should have a couple 3s, a couple 2s, and a couple 1s, at least. Now we gotta go back to Grace number 2, so we can get to a teleporter that's going to take us to where we can get number 4 and number 5. We're only going to run this teleporter route one time though. We're going to take it slow as well, so I don't get lost. That guy usually hits me with that arrow, so I don't know. Got lucky. Now we're going to go for number 4. I will say number 4 and number 5 Ghost Gloveworts aren't that common this early in the game, so be careful or choose wisely on the spirit ashes that you're going to use them on. Now we're going to go get number 5. Now I already have a video up for number 5 on the channel, and I like to make short videos, but making this one I knew it was going to be long, and it is quite long. But I wanted to remind myself where they all are for future reference. And that's it. Got our 4 and a 5 and multiples of all the other guys. And this is early game, right? Because you'll come back here later on in the game, but you have to beat a bunch of bosses and stuff, and it's quite difficult. It will be at this early in the game. Now, don't mess with this guy. I'm just showing you here now. We've got all the Gloveworts out of the way, those ghosts. Now, this is a talisman I like to grab here. Again, just run past that guy. You don't need to deal with him. Now I'm going to drop down over here and get a golden seed. And there was the well on Grace number 3, when we got the Ghost 3 up there. That was a big well we rode around. So it takes you up to a location in Caelid. Pretty tough area. But that's something you can go explore as well. Now the map here, hopefully you remember where we got all these things at. But if you look at the bottom there, it'll say show above ground and then you see show underground. So you click on that button there to go back and forth between the two of them. Now I need to go talk to Rena so she can give me the spirit tuning bell so I can summon spirits. So that way I have something to use these ghosts for.
This way, Tarnished. May I have a word?
And that's it. So good luck out there.